I want to give you some hope, because I've had hope. I feel like I've been banging my head against a wall for a decade, trying to warn the British public about the dangers of jihad.
What's your favourite thing about Tommy Robinson?
I just love how he doesn't stop going no matter the consequences, and whatever the consequences are, his message is so much stronger than it was before.
And he just has this moral clarity that you don't see everywhere. And it's inspiring to see, and it gives me hope that Western civilization still has a chance.
I'm half British, thank you so much. It's so rare in this world to have people who are willing to, stand out and say the truth, in a world full of people trying to, appease the public.
One thing about Tommy, authenticity, that's something that is so much in need today. Authentic leadership.
Shalom, Tel Aviv. Shalom, Israel. Can I tell you, that's a beautiful feeling, so thank you very much.
What brings you here tonight?
Tommy.
Tommy, why Tommy? What do you love about Tommy?
I think he's a strong voice, he's a light for a resistance power, and he's an encouragement. Maybe there is hope in the end of this tunnel.
That's all you do, man.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Oh, God, I can hear that all day.
I'm from Liverpool, but I live here many years, and I just adore Tommy Robinson and your work. It's so precious. Followed all the events and all the rallies.
Thank you.
And I wish that Tommy will succeed.
I love you.
And we'll get the help to save the UK from all this crazy stuff going on.
I'd like to start with a thank you. A thank you for the love I've been shown. A thank you from the invite from your government and the opportunity to come to this beautiful nation and report back to the British public on what I find.
We appreciate his work and his all the support for Israel.
Really appreciated him standing up, not just for Israel, but for the Western world, Western civilization, especially since October 7th. He's totally come out and just been a staunch Zionist, and I personally wanted to see if there was a chance to say hi to him today, say hello, say thank you, and listen to what he has to say.
Very intrigued by Tommy, been following you throughout the war, and just wanted to say a big hi, and I'm a big fan.
And where in Israel? Are you from around here, around Tel Aviv?
I live in Givatayim. My dad's originally Israeli. My family's from Iraq. So a lot of what you do resonates with me a lot. Oh, Tommy Robinson.
There you go. Listen, I remember the days when it was just in, I guess, the streets of London, or, when he got locked up, it was Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, around Australia, where we had to rally people for Tommy. But it wasn't ever in my wildest dreams going to be Tel Aviv, the heart of the liberal Tel Aviv in Israel, where people be chanting Tommy.
As an American, I love Tommy Robinson. I think whatever happens to the Western countries happens worldwide. So as an American, I think everyone should support.
Everyone, this is my sister. All right, my sister's going to say hi.
Hi, guys.
Are you excited to be here? Are you here for Tommy? Or?
I'm here for Tommy all the way.
I look at what's going on around the world, and the Tommy Robinson visit to Israel is very significant because the paradigm shift that has to happen in order for the West to ever win, and because, when you look at the threat of Islam and the way it's taking over the Western world right now, all the debates revolve around how far gone are things, how bad is it? And that all misses the point, which is that the trajectory shows no way forward for Judeo-Christian Western civilization to push back and be victorious and regain their identity.
I grew up in Britain in the 70s, okay? I'm English, I also ended up here, I'm also Jewish, and a long complicated story. And I've been supporting Tommy for the past 7 years, so I'm really thrilled to sort of see him and meet you at last. But I agree, we have to just stand up and say this is nonsense.
I'm a journalist, an investigative journalist from Great Britain. I first travelled here in 2016 because I thought it would be ignorant of me to talk about issues that I have not experienced and know very little about. So I come here. I met some fabulous people,
How do you feel seeing this kind of support for Tommy? Like, are you a new Tommy supporter or
I've known about him for a long time, and I've always appreciated the fact that he's been willing to stand up for what he thinks is right, and particularly in an atmosphere like England, where there are a lot worse consequences for standing up and saying what you really think than there are in America. It shows he's got a lot of guts.
We love what Tommy Robinson does. I've been following him, I think, literally since day one of October 7th. And he's been a staunch supporter of Israel. He's been always on our side.
I've been following Tommy for years, but ever since he got out of jail last time, like tenfold, much more, I'm trying to donate to be a part of the cause.
What shocked me after October 7th, it wasn't what Hamas done. I know what they want to do. You know what they want to do. I know that your country is surrounded by jihad. I know that they would love to pillage and rape and murder their way through this beautiful nation. What shocked me was the response across the West. I guess it shocked all of you. By October... It took 50 years for people to start denying the Holocaust. It took days for them to start denying October 7th.
You know what? I think watching him on the ground here, I feel like he's got not that it sounds possible, but he's become even stauncher in his position on Israel because he's realized, like, you can't. I think being outside of Israel, you can't help. No, but even if you supported Israel before, like a lot of people who did, then over time they wear you down. Somebody tells you, screams at you.
Oh, his strength is amazing.
But now he's come back here, and he's seen it again.
He was here 2016, right? And I saw his video that he made here, and he understood what was going on here as well. But it's like even more so now, especially when you come and you see and you're shown around and you see what like goes on firsthand. It's a whole different ballgame. It's like the perspective, whatever perspective you had before, is like reinforced now. And he's such a strong person. It's amazing. So
I thought your coverage was absolutely amazing. I just wanted to say
I love you're here with your British flag.
I thought if I had a St. George's flag, I thought it would be a bit more appropriate, but yeah.
Shavuot Tov. Where are we from? Where are we from?
I'm from Beit Shemesh, originally from New York. Made Aliyah in 2008. This is my nephew, Donnie. Big fans of Rebel News and Tommy Robinson. We love what he stands for, his freedom.
Have you been a long-term fan of Tommy, or is it something new?
Yeah, I followed him in the insanity of the non-freedom in England, and I think he should come here to Israel for an asylum.
There we go.
I feel embarrassed coming here as a British citizen because I know that my government have just betrayed every single one of you. They've betrayed your country and they've betrayed our people. Because if it was put to a public vote, the British public would never vote to recognise a terrorist Palestinian state.
Were you happy with the event?
It was beyond my expectations. I was thinking we're gonna have 500 people. I think we crossed more than 1,000. It's beautiful, and I wasn't aware of I knew that people appreciate the work of Tommy. I appreciate his leadership, his courage to say the truth, and what we've saw today is, that is beyond the imagination. A huge event, high energy. And we saw it in the market in Machane Yehuda on Friday. People support the work of Tommy, support his efforts to say the truth regarding radical Islam, the danger for every citizen in Britain, and not just in Britain, but also in Spain and France and Israel. We are at the same fight against radical Islam, against woke, progressive ideology that tries to shut down the political debate.
Like, I'm so happy that Israel is coming out to show Tommy that we support him and we love him and we appreciate what he does and what you do.
In the heart of Tel Aviv.
In the heart of Tel Aviv. It's amazing. And everybody donate to Avi's fundraiser for covering Tommy, because we need people out there covering Tommy.
Hey, TommyInIsrael.com.
TommyInIsrael.com, that's right. And we're all here for it, so thank you so much.
Enjoy. So I take it you're pro-Palestinian?
Absolutely. I've seen you with Tommy, and I love what you're doing. And we love Tommy.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
You are awesome.
Where are you from?
I'm from England, but I live here, but you are amazing.
Thank you.
You have balls.
Okay. Or lack of seichel, whatever.
No, but you really do. I think you're awesome.
The reason why I understand who Hamas are, I'm born in Luton Town. In my hometown of Luton Town, which is 30 miles north of London. When I was born in 1982, there was one mosque. There's now 45. Al Masradeen, white English are a minority in my hometown. I know what it's like to live as a minority. I know what it's like to live with a dominant, hostile, Islamic supremacist community.
Case in point, he talked about Luton and communities there in England where 25 to like 30% of the male are rapists. At some point, it will not be enough to stop the boats. We'll have to send people back. I'm not saying anyone, but I'm saying if a child, for example, grew up in a community where 20 to 30% of the people tend to rape, you are not going to solve the problem without changing the mind of the public.
I've been following Tommy since like 2000, since Lee Rigby when that happened, probably like 2013 or something like that. I'm from Birmingham, made Aliyah like 4.5 years ago, and yeah, it's so amazing just to see like normal supporters, people that you...
He's a great man, a great journalist. He's a big supporter of Israel, and he speaks the truth. And Rebel Media, I've been following them for years, and I love them, and I love you, Avi.
Coming to see Tommy, and you.
Are you surprised by the numbers? I don't know if you saw, because now it's like finally...
No, it's crazy. I thought it was going to be a lot, but not like this. There's a queue that goes all the way down. Down.
Now the queue's finishing, I think, yes.
But there was a huge queue, but it went quickly.
I'd just like to point out as well, many people talk about October 8th Jews, yeah? There's been a massive awakening, not just in the Jewish community, but in our community. I understand Hamas. On the day after October 7th, I made a video. At this time, I was censored. I didn't have an X account. I was deplatformed off every single social media. I was invisible. I was walking along the beach and I made a video saying, Hamas are ISIS. They are the same group. Hamas's charter says the final day of judgment does not come till not every Zionist is dead. The argument that they keep putting about Zionism, till every Jew is dead.
I think the comments have been pouring in, massive numbers you've got watching around the world over the different platforms. I think it was a massive success because, you know, just judging it off the fact that when we walked in originally and we started filming, there was a lot of chairs. I was impressed by it. I was like, hopefully they all get filled. But not only were they filled, they had to bring out more chairs and people were standing.
We're in the most liberal city in Israel, aren't we? The most left-wing city in Israel.
Amazing. Well done. Can I give you a hug?
And he just has this moral clarity that you don't see everywhere. And it's inspiring to see, and it gives me hope that Western civilization still has a chance. And I came here to support it, and love Tommy, love Avi Amini. Subscribe, go to Tommy Robinson, he's in Israel.
Tommy in Israel, I love it, everyone knows.
Do it.
Support our work.
Help them be here. These guys are great and they're doing an amazing job letting you know what's going on.
Have you been a Tommy fan for years, or is this something new?
I haven't. It is something new. Not that I held strong... this just seeing the UK go in decline as it is now, it's like something that it's like the world has to open their eyes up to. That's where I'm at, and we need more people like Tommy to be speaking publicly about the situation in the UK, about what's going on again with radical Islam. Like, it's enough's enough. The British need to open their goddamn eyes.
Fear is paralysing, and the entire British public was paralysed into speaking the truth. What you have witnessed, there's been a mass awakening since October 7th.
And with more people like Tommy Robinson, we just go out and say the truth. We can win this battle.
Has there been a shift in British Jews in the base in supporting Tommy?
The Jews that I speak to, it was very frustrating growing up and having arguments like defending Tommy Robinson, and everyone's bashing him, calling him far right, all this kind of stuff. But now that you're here, it just seems to have changed a lot. And I think that it feels like there's a swing because everyone can see what he's doing and he's right.
I feel very, very angry about the whole situation I've watched happening from afar. I feel very angry that I daren't even visit England because I'm scared of being arrested, because I dare to actually speak my mind and speak freely, as is my right that I grew up with.
I want to give you some hope, because I've had hope. I feel like I've been banging my head against a wall for a decade, trying to warn the British public about the dangers of jihad, about the dangers of Islamic supremacy. Something massive has happened in the last 18 months in Great Britain. I don't know if you've been following. I don't know if If you watch British news, you would believe that the British hate the Jews. I wouldn't blame you. Yeah? You would believe that everyone in Britain is against Israel, and you would believe that everyone supports Palestine. That is because of the media portrayal.
The mainstream media need to be more like you. Not even right, just more show what's real.
More common sense. Need more common sense. More truth.
You're amazing.
Why should Jews support you when the Jewish leadership says you're evil?
They're scum. The answer is they don't represent anyone. They're proper scum. They're not Jewish at all. They're ginos, as Ben Shapiro said. Ginos being Jews in name only. They're not really, they're scum. I don't know any Jew that supports the Board of Deputies. They're not voted by anyone. They're proper scum, and no one in England likes them. And most English Jewry will support Tommy over those idiots who got Tommy chucked out of the rally. Do you remember?
Well, because they just don't know enough. It's just ignorance all over again and prejudice. So if they've got some sort of agenda, then to hell with them, you know, because we're finding the truth out day after day, and you can see the proof of it by the fact that Tommy is getting more and more support. So more and more support from the UK and from Israel now is going to succeed. It's going to be the best, the Tommy Robinson of Israel.
There you go, you had that. And what's your message to Tommy haters?
Stop. I don't have a message of hate. I just have a message of...
Solve the post.
We love you, Tommy. Hi, how are you? Oh, Tommy. I don't know what to do.
I just want to emphasize that the Board of Deputies and these so-called Jewish leadership organizations do not represent necessarily all the British Jewry. We're lots of supporters of Tommy Robinson. I actually would want to apologize to Tommy Robinson. I think he's been mistreated significantly by these so-called leaders of British Jewry, the Board of Deputies, people like that. I think he's not been given a fair trial, and I really think that he's a true ally and that he deserves our respect and our support, and we really appreciate him being here. I'm really happy he's here.
It's amazing to see people coming out here. I'm so happy to see normal Israelis like that know what freedom is. Like, hello.
Do you know, I've said for years, I've watched for years and said when the swing happens from left to right, when the people who have been whispering and silenced, when they finally start talking, when they feel free to talk, it's going to be one almighty scream. It's going to happen so quick, so fast, and none of us know what the defining moment of Europe will be. I've been waiting for it. It wasn't the Ariana Grande concert, 26 people bombed. It wasn't the synagogue attack. It wasn't the Westminster Bridge attack. It wasn't the Black Clam Theatre. Now, defining moments change the direction of a country. Bloody Sunday in Ireland changed the direction of that conflict. Something's going to happen in Europe. Something's going to happen, who knows? Maybe it'll be the first party that tries to enforce the law against the Islamic community with deportations. Who knows what it's going to be? But when that swing happens, it's going to happen so quick, so fast. I'm optimistic. I wasn't optimistic. With what I've seen, you have to remember, I have been in this 15 years. I walk the streets of every town and city, so I see how the public feel. I know there is a revolution brewing in Great Britain. The public are not taking it anymore. I know that.
Do you think that this trip has been a success? You invited him this is a state visit, it's controversial. Do you regret it, or do you think this has been successful? You look like you're walking with regret.
I think it was a very important decision. I wasn't aware that it's gonna cause that much of attention and opposition. And from I was expecting the Board of Deputies to go against it, but maybe in a more polite way. But we are really, as Tommy said, we are welcoming the Board of Deputies to join us and to understand that this is a partner of the Jewish people, the Zionist movement, and that's it.
We need to resurrect the good old-fashioned free speech and good old-fashioned common sense. It's,
well
that's
said.
What it is.
There you go.
Yeah, everyone's had their opinion, but we can't. I'm very anti the cancel culture.
I'm coming for a good night. Be a laugh.
You're here for a laugh?
Everything a pinch of salt. Life's too short.
I've been familiar with Tommy Robinson ever since I heard of the Islamic gang in Britain, and it's great to see this collaboration between Jews who are blamed for all this garbage happening here in Tel Aviv. Yeah.
what's your favourite thing about Tommy Robinson?
I just love how he doesn't stop going no matter the consequences, and whatever the consequences are, his message is so much stronger than it was before.
Come from Britain, volunteered to fight for the state of Israel. Brave young lady. I should have recognised the ladies as well, because all you see is these beautiful young girls in military uniform. It's quite a sight. So, well done. You're brave.
Do you want to say something to that?
I just want to say thank you so much, and wow, from British Jews, on behalf of British Jews, thank you so much. It's so rare in this world to have people who are willing to, stand out and say the truth, in a world full of people trying to, appease the public. So it really means a lot to us, and thank you so much. Thank you very much.
As I've said, there is a mass awakening happening. Why am I hated as well? Why are the I'm not even giving them the credit and name in their name, but why are establishment organisations who are in bed with the Labour Party, why are they attacking me? Why have I faced so much criticism since the start of my activism? I started my activism in 2009. I formed an organisation called the English Defence League. The English Defence League had a Hindu division, a Jewish division, a lesbian and gay division. At every single demonstration we held, a non-white person spoke and a gay person spoke. And the non-white person spoke and a gay person spoke to let the far right know, to let the Nazis know, this is not a movement for you. I'm from a town called Luton Town, one of the most diverse towns in Europe. If you line up my best friends and the people I love, the majority of them are not white. Okay, so the accusation goes nowhere, it's pretty boring. But why did we face such an attack? Because I started talking about issues that our government have hid, they've conspired to hide, there's been a conspiracy of silence across our country. How many of you know about the grooming gangs of England?
The problem, there's such an attack against everyone. I'm reading some of the comments. There's an orchestrated, very well organised, real far-right growing element that hate Jews. That's a reality. But I see what the Israeli government have done and what I've experienced here, and every Jew I meet is a patriot. And every Jew I meet doesn't want open borders. Every Jew I meet is on the same mindset as us. And Israel's surrounded by jihad. We're surrounded by jihad. We're all surrounded by jihad, and we should work together. So I've had a great time having you.
And Israel, which our entire identity is the heart and soul. It's the epicenter of Judeo-Christian Western civilization. It's the story of Israel, and our return to our land and the nationalism of Jews in the land of Israel is the ultimate pushback against the Islamic takeover of Western civilization. And Tommy is one of the few people who speaks clearly about this issue. He speaks openly about it. He's willing to say the problem is that Islam, the jihad is upon us, and they're taking over the world, and Israel is fighting back. And Tommy sees that with clarity. And you see all over the place, there's conservatives, especially in America right now, who are confused about Israel. They have all these negative views, and they're missing the big plot, which is the battle for Western civilization. Tommy Robinson understands it, and Israelis understand it.
I think that one thing about Tommy, authenticity, that's something that is so much in need today. Authentic leadership. People who say the simple truth, who speak to ordinary people in the most simple words, and that is something that we can see with Trump, and we can see it with Milei, and we can see it with Abascal, and we can see it with Salvini, and more people that are, that are being called populist as a bad thing. But I think that these true leaders are the real thing.
There we go, guys. We're going to wrap it up here but before we go, like, comment, and share it. Don't let the haters from any side, not the far left, the far right, or the many Islamists around the world, don't let them tell...
Let me say thank you. I was meant to say a thank you to Dr. Pob. There was a certain gentleman who this event wouldn't have happened without, who facilitated this event. His name was Dr. Bob. So Dr. Bob, we're very grateful for you helping with this event, because it just wouldn't have happened. Hiring a hall like this, having an event like this, very grateful, and I'm very grateful for every person who turned up and for every one of you who support me. Yeah? Cheers.